Indecisiveness is one of the biggest obstacles to growth in any aspect of our lives. And we are constantly torn between making decisions based on logic versus making them impulsively based on emotions. And we're often told to make logical decisions or rational decisions. But the problem is that we can't afford to completely leave emotions out of the equation because ultimately the quality of our lives is determined by how we feel. And so it makes sense to factor in how we feel about something. Here's a step-by-step guide that I follow when I'm trying to make a decision, and more importantly, stick to it, which is the hardest part of all of this. So first thing, when you feel like you want to do something or you don't want to do something, i.e. when emotions kicking and you feel like you're inclined towards making a certain decision, go to someone you really trust and make a case for that decision. What you'll realize is although you're arriving to the decision based on emotion, when you make a case to somebody you really trust, you will automatically justify it with logic, which is a really good thing, because everybody can't relate to how you feel, but they can relate to logic and reasoning. And so no matter how strongly you'll feel, that might be part of your explanation, but the majority of your case will be based on logic, which is great. Now, what will happen in this process is that while you make the case, you will understand for yourself of whether this is a logically sound decision or not. You will know whether it's the right thing or not in the process of making a case for it. And don't try to be brief about it. Try make it as lengthy and get someone who you trust and someone who cares about you, so they'll sit and listen to you, and maybe ask them to play devil's advocate as well, and that will just strengthen your case. And so while you're making the case, you'll realize if this is the right decision or not. Now, if it's the wrong decision, you just have to discard it. And if it's the right decision, you have to proceed with it. But here's the kicker. If it's the wrong decision, you still tell them about why you think this is a strong decision. And if it's the right one, you've already made your case. Either way, by the end of the conversation, that person has to know why you are doing something or why you're choosing not to do something. So that next time around, when you start to second guess yourself, all you have to do is you have to go to your person and ask them to remind you why you chose a decision or why you opted out of it. And chances are that before you even get to this point, you will be able to remind yourself. But if not, always keep that option of when you second guess yourself, before you stop or before you take something on, go and ask that person to remind you. And in that process, you will see exactly why you made the decision, and you will then act in spite of your emotions and not because of it. I hope this helps. Bye.